Mark Rogers TV talking Miami football. The Canes get it on against Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets come into this one at 3-1, 1-0 in the ACC. And, of course, Miami, fresh off that Florida State win in Tallahassee. Last-minute heroics from Malik Rocher and company. They're 4-0, and we bring in Alonzo1219. You can join him there on his YouTube channel. Just look up Alonzo1219, the U family. Alonzo, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Mark. How's it going with you, brother?
I'm doing just fine. I appreciate you jumping on, doing these hits for us to give us some insight into Miami football. So I watch the games, and I watch the big games, but I can only say so much. So it's great to have you in here to give us some insight into the personnel here. So, of course, Florida State's a monumental win. It's great, but you got to move on to the next one. And this is kind of a key Coastal Division matchup against a Georgia Tech team that finished 9-4. They won the division and went to the ACC championship game back in 2014. What are your thoughts about just the Georgia Tech program? Not necessarily this particular team, but under Paul Johnson, they typically get to bowl play. They usually win their 8 games or so, and they've been a pretty decent program.
Never an easy out. Paul Johnson is a heck of a coach. He gets his guys always very well prepared to play. And like you said, you can't look at last week. Florida State game was a big game, but that's last week. Now you have to try to move forward because that was a big win, but it wasn't a win on your side. Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech and North Carolina's on your side, so you have to take care of business against Georgia Tech. The option is he runs it very sound. He has a lot of speed on it. His quarterbacks typically can throw out of it. Tight ends are very versatile. His H-backs are always versatile. So you have to be able to stay in your lanes. It's disciplined football more than anything. Speed can dominate it, but you can also run yourself out of lanes, and then they can cut up field and be gone in a second. So you have to be very disciplined, have to stay in your lanes, and understand exactly what Paul Johnson likes to do. He's kind of a madman. He's kind of the Mike Leach of the option.
Yes,
he has so many different wrinkles to it. So he's very good at doing it. That's why they give so many teams fits even when they play them. When they play SEC teams like Georgia, they give them fits. It's never an easy out playing those guys. So you definitely have to respect Paul Johnson and what he brings, what kind of offense he brings to the field every Saturday.
Yeah, he's definitely carved out a niche there where we're just used to seeing this offense played by the service academies, and basically they do it because they don't have the type of athletes that they can attract to run, line up, and go right at you, or the passing offense where they can spread the field and have those kind of athletes in space. So it's a disciplined offense that they can run. But Paul Johnson, he's a mastermind at it, and he's done very well at Georgia Tech and pulling off some major upsets and having his team in postseason play almost all the time there. Taquan Johnson's a quarterback who's taken over the system from Justin Thomas, the 3-year starter last year. I saw them play Tennessee. That was opening night on that Labor Day, and they did everything they possibly could to run Tennessee out of the building, but kept missing field goals. Had a couple key turnovers. They kept Tennessee in the game, and the Vols somehow pulled it out. But they looked like Georgia Tech, the much better football team in that one, and now they're coming against the best team that they're going to face this season in Miami.